Alright. Hello, I'm Twan. Again, it's me. I don't have a good introduction. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't have my intro thing to say. We did part 1. PlayStation 1, SNES, N64. What was the other thing? Dreamcast games. Part 2. Gamecube, Xbox, PlayStation 2. Oscar is back.
Hello.
Yeah, hey, Matt is also here.
Hello.
This is why I don't do YouTube videos, because I don't know how to do YouTube videos. I have a whole lot of games over here, and yeah, we're gonna go through them just like we did with the previous video. I have my list of my games over here, like my top one. What did I say? 130. Y'all want to guess what number 130 is? That's my 130th favorite game of all time.
I know some of the Uncharted games were close to the edge, or just on the wrong side of the edge.
It's Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
It's all the way down there. It is on the list though.
Wait, what? That is despicable.
The number one
Literally the best one.
It's my lowest rated Uncharted game.
And you have famous Uncharted 2 lover Matt in the call.
It's on the list though. My highest rated Uncharted game is 3.
Well,
what?
It's
I don't know what to tell you. I liked it. I like them all.
I mean, to be fair, it's better than 4, so that's fine.
So I have 4 at 129 and 2 at 130.
You got 4 higher than 3.
By 1.
2.
By 1.
Where's 1?
I like Sam. 1 is 110. Okay, let's just do this real quick before we continue. 3 is 108, Lost Legacy is 109, 1 is 110, 4 is 129, and 2 is 130.
Where's Golden Abyss?
I have never played Golden Abyss and almost certainly never will.
That is blasphemy. It's literally the best game ever made.
Alright. Well, it's a good time to go into this, and by go into this, I mean I've got to make up for the game that I missed last time. There's one more PS1 game that I did not cover because I put it with my PS2 games because it was in the PS2 looking box. That's Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. I forgot I had this. I don't know anything about Rainbow Six other than Tom Clancy. I don't know.
The old Rainbow Six games are more like
it's like a strategy,
squad-based
strategy ass game. I got this. I know Oscar, you remember this. I bought those blind bags or whatever. From my game store. You could buy it was a thing that came with 4 or 5 games for $10, but you didn't know what they were. You just knew the console, and this was in the PS1 lot. I haven't played it, but I'm not.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Since I'm a simpleton, can you explain to me why GameStop sells you games in knockoff cases? Or did you just put them in there?
Okay, they just gave me. I don't think I have a good example over here. They just gave me the disc. It's just the disc in a sleeve.
And they charge you a lot of money for that. I saw one game was like $40. Just that.
Kudelka, I think, was pretty expensive. I think it was like $40. But if you look right now on price charting, Kudelka's like $170 loose. So it's
what?
Yeah. So it's a very expensive.
I'm pretty sure
game.
I can get the PAL version of that for like 20 quid.
Yeah.
The PAL version is worthless.
Yeah, game in TSC.
I don't understand why some games are worth more depending on the region. Like Nightmare Creatures 2 is worth chips in America, but here it's a lot of money. Don't know why.
And isn't that
considering that
fucking Chrono Trigger or whatever, on SNES, it's like $1 million here, and if you want a JP card, it's like $15.
Well, it's the same with Michigan as well.
Yeah.
£20 for a Michigan copy in Japan, but £500 for one here.
Oh god.
Oh, this is another Barbie case. Sorry, I was looking at the next thing. Okay. So I'm going to go in the order that I have here. GameCube, Xbox, PS2. So we're just going to continue moving up in generation. So this is, what gen is this? 6, 7? I forget what gen this is considered.
7 is 360 PS3.
This is Gen 6. Okay. Alright. So this is in... The cover's missing, but it has to be a Barbie game because it says more Barbie software for girls title. What more Barbie software for girls titles?
I'm more concerned why you have this many Barbie cases.
So my boss gave me a bunch of games, and he has a daughter, and he was like moving out. And he was like, "Do you want just this entire box filled with games and stuff?" And most of it was like this kind of thing. But I did get some good stuff. For example, let me show you this. And y'all aren't going to see this because it doesn't have the actual game in it. But you will appreciate this in particular. Matthew, hold on. Let me move the water bottle. One thing he did give me was this. Let me sit in
Max Payne 2
before you can see it.
I already saw it. Oh. It's Max Payne 2.
It's Max Payne 2.
But I opened it and I was like, well, that's good. So, but I'm going to keep the case because I may find a loose copy of it one day. Anyway, but yeah, he gave me his Xbox, or rather his kid's Xbox, I guess, and some games. Alright, first game. This is probably my favorite arcade sports game of all time. NBA Street Volume 2. This game is sick. Love this game. All the EA big games I really like from that generation, like SSX Tricky and what else is there?
Street.
FIFA Street. I never played FIFA Street, but I heard it was good. And NFL Street, I remember playing that a little bit. But this game, easily my most favorite like arcade sports game that I can think of off the top of my head. Love the shit out of that game. That's the one that I don't have in a case. All the other ones I have in like cases, all my GameCube games. Several good speedrun games. First one, an excellent speedrun game.
Oh,
Simpsons Hit and Run.
Never played it.
It's good.
Wish the camera were slightly better, but I can work with this. I played, almost... I want to say I played like 3/4 of it on stream a few years ago. I didn't quite finish it, but it's a fun game. I remember I bought this thinking it was Road Rage.
Oh, that's not a good game.
I like Road Rage, but I understand this game's better than Road Rage. But Hit and Run's basically a GTA clone of The Simpsons, whereas Road Rage is the Crazy Taxi clone of The Simpsons Crazy Taxi clone. I love Crazy Taxi, so of course I'm gonna like Simpsons Hit and Run or Road Rage. Anyway, next game, and I don't think many of these games. I don't have a lot of GameCube games on my top games list. I don't think I have any of my physical ones on the list. Another badass speedrun game is The Hobbit. Declared by Author Blues on Twitter a few days ago was the greatest speed game of all time.
There's a good world record history video on that game.
Yeah, this is a very complete copy. We've got a Gollum trading card.
I was literally just about to say, why are all your games like in knockoff sleeves with not official cases? But then you pull up one that's proper.
The ones I get from, and there'll be some good examples in here. The ones I get from my local video game store are all in very good condition, like that copy of Metal Gear Solid from the last stream. That was from anything I didn't get from GameStop's in pretty good condition. Yeah, this even has like the everything precautions booklet that is pretty useless. Yeah, this thing's in great condition.
I love when you get those survey ones. Imagine filling one in now and just sending it off to no one.
Yeah. My Virtual Boy that my boss gave me still has the free battery insert in it, and it expired in like 1996 or something. I want to play this at some point just because I would like to try to speedrun it, but that's 80 games that I own, so I haven't played it.
I wonder what happened if you'd phone one of those helplines that tell you like how to give you tips on to play the game. Just ring them up.
The guy that he has the co-owner of Pink Gorilla Games in Seattle, who has a pretty popular Twitch stream, he called one of them on stream one time, and I think it was like one of those like phone sex hotlines or something when he called the number. And there's a good clip of it, I think, if I remember off the top of my head. Where should I go next? We'll put this one at the bottom. These two, I'll show these two back to back. Another game that I'm scared to speedrun, but I want to play it at some point is Metroid Prime. And this is, I think, to speedrun it, you have to have the 1.0 version, and I think I have. Yeah, I've got the 1.0 version because I think they patched out some speedrun
How do you tell?
Stuff. There's like text on like the silver part, which like the inner, there's the like there's text that you can't really read. The freaking camera always messes me up. But it says, I gotta find it again. Where did I see it? I saw it just a second ago. DOL-GM8 or B, I can't tell, E-0-00- USA. If it says 01, then that's like not the original print or whatever. But if it's 00, then it's like the one that first came out and has whatever the speedrun text still in it. So
I see.
So yeah, Metroid Prime, sick game, or so I've been told. I need to play that. I'm probably gonna play this pretty soon now that I'm playing through all the Metroid games. I just played Metroid. I play Samus Returns on the 3DS, and I'm gonna play Dread soon. So I'm in a big Metroid mood right now. Also,
I never played a 3D Metroid. Oh,
I have Metroid Prime 2 in the cool
taking off,
whatever you want to call. Is this holographic foil sort of case? It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's got like the foil. I like the box art for Metroid Prime 2. It's just got the game in here. But yeah, Prime 1 and 2. I have 3 as well. I don't have. It didn't come out on Gamecube, it was only on Wii, so we'll cover that later. I just realized. Another game. I need to shut up, Twan. I'm really ruining it for the fans, right?
True.
I was talking about how I was originally making this just for you, Matt, and now you're on the call, and I was like, wait, why am I doing this? Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
Oh, egg?
Yeah.
I should. I think there already is a marathon that's about eggs, isn't there? I think I was talking about that when I was on Oangus before Runs to the Rescue. There's like a marathon called like Eggathon or something where.
Oh, I'll have to learn Batman Doc tomorrow for that. So you can get music by Egg in there.
Anyway, this is made by the Sonic folks, and you're a little kid. I'm gonna get the dog out. You ever want to know who did it? It was me. Here we go. I'll let the dog out. Yeah, it's made by the Sonic folks. You're like this little kid in a chicken outfit, and you're pushing an egg around. I don't know, you can't really see it all that well, but yeah. You go grab an egg, and then you push it somewhere. He may wear a rooster suit, but no one calls him chicken. There you go. That's unforgettable slogan. I didn't like it because
cool game.
I didn't like it because I played that on stream as well. That's caught on my cord. Because what did I say? The controls, you couldn't invert them, and I didn't like that. Like it was going, like the camera goes right when you push it left or whatever, and I don't know. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, there's a funny story about that. The PS2 version of Dead to Rights, you can't change the inverted controls. You can on the Xbox version, but the Japanese Xbox version, you can't change them either. I don't understand that.
Well, I'm glad I played the Xbox version of that game then, because I probably wouldn't have liked that had I played the PS2 version growing up. I love the game.
And Dead to Rights 2 sucks, don't play it.
I don't think I ever played it. I played Retribution for 5 minutes.
That game is also terrible.
Weren't you in the call with me, Oscari, when I tried to play Retribution?
I don't remember.
I thought you were. Anyway, here's another example of a game that isn't in a crappy container. Make a decision, dog. What are you doing?
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing? Luigi's Mansion? This player's
choice.
I have like one really crappy speedrun of Luigi's Mansion on record.
Luigi's
Mansion is Resident Evil 7. It's in Louisiana. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? I'm not good at fighting the giant group of boos in Luigi's Mansion. I'm not good at the speed tech to like catch them all in like 10 seconds, so my run is terrible. But it's kind of a fun game to speed run if it weren't for that. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion. I don't Yeah, I don't have it on my list. This was the first game that was getting kind of close to maybe being on the list. Next game. I haven't played this one. I don't know when I would play this one because this is like big for co-op. Four Swords Adventures, Legend of Zelda. This is the one that had like the you could connect like your 4 Game Boy Advances and play as different colored links. Yeah, get connected. But it's very similar like Link to the Past, to the best of my knowledge. But it just has a lot of like multiplayer components to it. I think this is one I got from GameStop, and they just happened to give me like a full, you know, everything. Very rare instance where I got literally everything. But yeah, this one is probably just going to sit on the shelf for a while. But, yep, got it. I like my Zelda games. This is me going hard on the Nintendo stuff, Matthew, that I know you love so much.
I don't mind GameCube.
GameCube's good. Better than the N64, right, Oscar?
I mean, I don't.
Actually, I saw you talking
Sure.
about that, and I'd like to say something about the N64.
Yeah, let's go for it.
I hate it.
All right.
I literally
what I
have
like to
it.
hear.
I unboxed it. I used it to play Shadow Man for 5 minutes. It was the most horrible experience of my life. Put it back in the box and haven't opened it since.
I would like to say I do not hate the Nintendo 64. I'm just portrayed as if I hate the Nintendo 64. Anyway.
It's a good console.
What about this game? Super Mario Sunshine?
I've never played it.
I have mixed feelings on it. It's fun to watch people speedrun this game, and it's a satisfying feeling game to play, but too many skips that are too aggravating for this game. And obviously I'm just going to talk about a lot of these from a speedrun perspective if I've tried to speedrun them. I raced my friend MDMX Bad Bulls, aka Lewis, in a blind speedrun of Super Mario Sunshine in like 2015, and as you might expect, it was an abysmal experience. I did a lot of blind speedruns in 2014 and 2015, and this one is number 2 on my list of most regretted blind speedruns. Number 1 was again a race with MDMX Bad Bulls, and that was Mighty Number 9. That was awful.
Oh,
I did a blind speedrun race of Bad Boys 2 with Becky, and that was a horrible. That game was awful.
Well, I think you've one up to me. I don't. It would.
And it was the PC version too, which is even worse.
It would. I would have to like even Unearthed wouldn't be that bad because at least Unearthed is like 20 minutes long, so the experience.
Imagine playing
ends.
that game for 2.5 hours and actually finishing it. Can't be me.
Race driving was a blind race I did with Vigilant Baker Greg, and you know now I'm a world-renowned world record holder, so
got the record sweep.
got the sweep, clean sweep. Matt, you should watch the video of me, Greg, and Oscar here doing our race at SGDQ if you haven't seen that yet. I know I mentioned it.
The one
during
that's
the
on the Mickey Mouse TV. Or
yeah, the one, yeah, Mickey Mouse TV. It's a good video. Also, that picture of me in the bottom left was me after 2 Long Island iced teas at SGDQ. That face I'm making is from a video. I can show you that one later too if you want to see that. It's an iconic video. Yeah. One of the somewhat few JRPGs, or I guess it isn't. I mean, I guess you'd call it a JRPG. Tales of Symphonia. I haven't really played it. I like a number of the other Tales games, but this is like an action RPG, which is why I hesitated to call it a JRPG, even though it is a Japanese role-playing game. Super anime, you know, if you know Tales games, then you know what you're in for when you play any of these. But, yeah, I've been meaning to play this one as well, but this is another one of those games that's got, like, one color for one disc and another color for another disc, like the Star Ocean from the PS1 collection.
Oh, it's cool that they can, like, put the discs like that.
Oh yeah.
Small.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you can fit 2 discs in here and a memory card because the memory cards are tiny too, and that's the memory card.
Oh yeah.
That's a big
I still need to
positive.
pick up that Lord of the Rings game on GameCube. Did you tell us about that, the turn-based one?
Yeah,
Preferred Age?
we were talking about that.
Oh,
weren't we?
yeah.
Yeah, because you said you wanted to play it because you watched it for a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
I watched
good,
it when you were doing the thing.
I gave up doing the challenge, so I just stopped playing the game. But I probably would have liked to carried on playing it.
Yeah.
Right, that is it for my physical GameCube collection. I know that I have some on my top list, just to go over real quick. I have Wind Waker on the list. It's my number 16 favorite game of all time, but I played it on Wii U, so I have it as Wii U. Just gonna scroll. Jeez, I don't remember how I shortened it on the list, if I did at all. GC... No, that's probably it. It's probably just Wind Waker. Maybe I shouldn't be talking so much shit about N64 if I only have one GameCube game on the list. It's kind of like the Dreamcast, where I just haven't played enough of them. But my main criticism of the N64 is the library being so small. Even though there's some good games at the top. Okay, Xbox. We're going to move to Xbox now. I'm going to start with the games that are in the crappy cases, whatever it was Matt was talking about a minute ago. All my thrift store, or whatever you want to call them. Barbie cases. Age of Empires 2, that's not what this game is. This is one that my boss gave to me in this case. Unreal Championship. Which I remember playing Unreal Championship a long time ago and enjoying it, but I think those days are past me because I don't play a lot of shooters, so I feel like I remember playing that like 20 years ago or something. Another one, Prince of Persia: Warrior Within.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I used to speedrun that if you didn't know. It's actually my second most played game on Steam, which is surprising still.
I think a big reason why I don't speedrun some games is because I somehow find a way to get games on the console or platform that is like the slowest. I mean,
you can still do it. You can still speedrun it on console.
It just turns me off knowing that I can't run it the fastest or whatever. But I shouldn't let that stop me. Also, speaking of hell yeah or whatever you just said.
Oh hell yeah!
Tony Hawk's Underground. I think this is a 2-disc.
I'm gonna make a list of how many games you've got that I've speedrun.
Sorry, I just forgot about this game that was behind it, because this is a 2-disc. This is a 2-disc jewel case. This is a game that takes me back to my childhood. Oddworld Munch's Odyssey, which I really liked playing when I was growing up.
Isn't that the one that's exclusive to Xbox?
It is.
With like a can on the case.
Yes. Yep. I thought I had 2 copies. But if I do the other copy somewhere else, because I don't have it here with all my other. No, I do. I have it here. I'll just go ahead and pull that one next. Then we're done with the crappy case games. So yeah, Oddworld Munch's Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I really like the old like Xbox case with like the only on Xbox, like whatever you want to call that kind of stamp or whatever. That's one of my favorite like exclusive designs or whatever you want to call it. Xbox had that like edgy whatever sort of aesthetic going for it that was really cool in like the early 2000s.
They kept that stamp for 360 as well, right? They had that on like the early 360 cases in like orange, I think.
I could probably test that because I'm not going to spoil. I have some games that should have that. So yeah. I don't know that I have too much to say about Oddworld. This is the only Oddworld game I've played, but I remember enjoying it a lot. Just sort of a...
Is it a side scroller or was it...
No, it's like an open world sort of adventure puzzle game.
Because that's one game that I saw when I was a kid. I just never tried it, so maybe eventually I'll get it.
If I was to associate a game that you might like from the series, I would think like, what's that shooter? Stranger's Wrath? Is that the name of that game? Have y'all heard of that one?
I'm like,
I have no idea.
My knowledge of Oddworld is like...
I think that's a first-person shooter. I think Stranger's Wrath is a first-person shooter, so that's why I brought it up. A game no one's gonna care about, I'm sure, is Halo 2. Yeah.
I bought this game even though I didn't have an Xbox. It's so good.
I still have a 2-month trial that I can redeem. I'm always gonna get it next time.
It hasn't even been scratched.
Yeah, it hasn't been scratched.
Oh, you should sell that. It's probably worth some money. Wait, hang on. If you redeem that, would it still work for current Xbox Live, or would it not?
Let's see if there's a
good question.
I'm looking for.
Is it the same Xbox Live service as it used to be?
Set,
It should be.
set. This is in French, so I can't tell you what this says. I'm guessing that it says that this expires March 31st, 2005.
Damn.
Devastating.
I think that's what it says, but I can't speak French or read French, so yeah. Halo 2, which I don't think I
Wait,
have.
why is it in French? Is it the PAL version or
No,
is it?
it was like on the back side of this. It's in English on the front.
Quebec.
Oh wait, then I should just be able to read it here on the front where it's in English. So it's spelled out on the back side, but it's like in date format in English, which is really weird. It says offer valid 8/1/04 to 3/31/05. So yeah,
So only a year.
only a year.
Damn.
That's kind of messed up. Gotta skip through some here because I gotta pull this one next. This is one I got from the thrift store. I saw it and I was like, I have it already, but I gotta get this, which is the limited collector's edition steelbook
Oh, beauty.
of Halo 2. Yeah, this is a 6 steelbook.
Didn't it have a plastic sleeve on it?
I'm sure it did, but this was at a thrift store, so that was long gone. It doesn't have anything in the middle either, other than in the inside of the box, other than.
And then they had the like special edition, which was special edition, which was purple. Or the legendary edition, I think it was called.
And anyone that really, truly, deeply knows me, which might be like Oscari and my friend Casey, knows that I love me a nice steelbook. And this is a nice steelbook.
I hate them.
See, we were on good terms earlier, and then you had to say you didn't like steelbooks. you hate the N64 and
I
Steelbook.
just like everything looking nice and neat and all the same case. So it just looks off.
It does mess up the like aesthetic on a bookshelf or whatever, or however you want to have it.
Yeah.
And I also
display.
have a Resident Evil 5 steelbook on PS3 that is literally just covered in rust now. So that also sums up why I don't like them.
Oh, I have another good one. Sorry, I keep going into my closet for these. A friend gave me this, and but yeah, it's just like the Saints Row 2.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
This
That's
is
cool.
sick.
That's a thick boy.
But it's just empty.
I like Saints Row.
Yeah, that's a good game.
I love Saints Row 2.
Yeah.
This one I got from the random game, and I'm getting out ahead of this before I get criticized for having this game, because this came with that blind whatever that I got from the game store, and that's Outlaw Golf. 9 more holes of Xmas.
What is that?
It's a Blockbuster exclusive game.
I want it.
Oh,
I love games that look terrible.
Hide the
It's amazingly
cookies.
terrible.
Lock up the reindeer. The outlaws are coming for Christmas.
what is that like the BMX XXX of golf games?
It's not quite. Let me just read some of the stuff on the back since it's kind of hard to read. On this snowflake it says stuff this, and then in parentheses, in your stocking, stupid. Then it says frozen wood, slippery slopes where bad attitudes are par for the course. Disc includes Summer and Ice Tray in their Christmas best, playing the never before seen back 9 holiday holes. So,
Is that game worth anything? It seemed like when you look at it, it'd be a game that'd be worth something. Wait, what's it called? I'm gonna look it up.
It's so worthless that it's worth something.
Outlaw Golf, 9 more holes of Xmas. So this was like a spin-off title from the original Outlaw Golf, or the original Outlaw game, which was Outlaw Volleyball. Which I want to guess that came as like another kind of a parody game of Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. I feel like it kind of falls in that category of
It
game.
is worth literally nothing.
Yeah, I figured. But yeah, it's kind of like, oh, here's irreverent, sexy golf. That's basically what this is supposed to be. Again, I did not
The first
intend
thing
to.
I think of when I think of golf.
Yeah,
Sexy.
I didn't intend to own that game, but now I regrettably possess it.
Have you played it?
I have not played it.
You need to play.
Just speedrun it.
Shots fired. Outlog off.
it.
That's the only way I'd do it, is if I was guaranteed to get a spot in shots fired for it.
Hell yeah.
All right.
You can end the marathon with that one game.
Hell yeah. Ghost Recon on Xbox. Wait, is that what did I have on PS1? Was that Ghost Recon?
No, it was Rainbow Six.
Rainbow
No,
Six.
it's,
Rainbow
Rainbow
Six. Sorry, I
Six.
confuse all the Clancy games except for Splinter Cell. So yeah, this is squad-based battlefield combat. That's the same thing as Rainbow Six. Total
Not at all.
battlefield experience. Amazing one-player game. Epic multiplayer stuff.
This one,
That's not a good
these are- this-
review. Epic multiplayer stuff.
I mean, these games are just like more your Call of Duty Battlefield style stuff. Rainbow
Gotcha.
Six is like actual squad based. Used to be at least.
The last military type shooter that I played and like really enjoyed, which are one and the same because I haven't really picked up a game since then, was when I played I want to say it was Medal of Honor Underground, which is a long time ago. I think I may have played Sniper Elite V2 as well and enjoyed that. I can't recall any other like military style shooters that I've played, but yeah, so that's where I am on that. Dance Dance Revolution Ultra Mix 2.
Oh hell yeah.
I don't have a dance pad. This is another one from my boss, but everything's here. I remember.
I'm hoping that somewhere in this collection you've got High School Musical 3. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to wait to know whether it's in here or not. I'm gonna save this one for later because this one's too good to put right in the middle. Here's another one I got. Yeah, I think I got this from my boss. Mech Assault 2 Lone Wolf. I need to get this sticker off. These crappy stickers that are hard to pull off because they've been out on there for 15 years. I
Is
don't.
that
It's a holo cover.
Is that a shiny cover as well?
Yeah, it does have kind of a
And the goggles.
oily. Yeah, it is mostly the goggles. Yeah, the back has like a hood-looking deal going on here that is also kind of shiny. But
Mm.
thinking about turning off one of these lights, it may help so you can see a little bit better. But I don't know much at all about Mech Assault, any of the Mech Assault games. But yeah,
You just
I
ask
think PMC's
Trilogy.
done some-
yeah. Oh, that's wow! What a surprise!
We're all on point.
EMC Trilogy. Isn't he part of a podcast on a bunch of like mech stuff, Gundam stuff? You know, that's like, you know, we were talking about how like you have someone that's like a car guy and it's like, that's cool, you're just really into cars, that's awesome. And then you've got like mech guy. It's like, I appreciate the dedication to like this one thing because I could never be someone that's only into like this one kind of thing. I guess not
Then you have,
only,
like,
not
Blade
only.
guy.
Yeah, Blade guy. That's unfair to say that he's only into mech stuff. Obviously, GTA and Star Trek and
Star
whatnot.
Trek.
Jade Empire. I love this game. Jade Empire is a good game. It's a BioWare game, if you're unfamiliar. I can't remember if Jade Empire came before or after the KOTOR games.
I've never even
come
heard
on.
of this game.
Yeah, this game came out in 2005. It looks like.
After.
BioWare's RPG is our most anticipated game of 2005. So this game is very similar to Knights of the Old Republic. And if you're thinking about what kind of BioWare game you've got going on here. But it's like a ancient China type BioWare RPG. But it's a good game, pretty fun. I haven't played all of it. I played a little bit of it, but I enjoyed it when I played it. There's a lot of games where I like started playing and I was like, this game's fun, and then I put it down and somehow never finish it.
I do
Mhm.
that all the time.
Here's the game I bought specifically to speedrun, and I hope one day I will return to it, is Dungeons and Dragons Heroes, which is it's a third-person like dungeon crawler that really focuses a lot on like multiplayer, where you can have like up to 4 players doing just random dungeon crawling for the most part. But there's some cool stuff you can do with 2 controllers in the speedrun, where you like to clip through doors that you're like locked out of. You can like spawn a character. Like you can just press start and join the gameplay, kind of like in Gauntlet or whatever. You can like spawn a character on top of yourself and like kind of do that over and over until they just like clip through locked doors. So you kind of have to have 2 controllers in order to speedrun the game. But there's some neat tech you can do with that. There's
I do have one question.
Yeah.
Why are all your Xbox cases black?
They're not all black. The past 2 were.
Wait.
But these 4
Wait,
aren't.
was Abe's Odyssey? Oh, for some reason I thought they were all black.
Okay, Munch's Odyssey was also black.
Oh.
But these 4. Let's see, where did I get this one? So this one I bought from GameStop. So that might answer your question.
I'm not surprised.
I don't remember where I got Jade Empire from. Oh, this isn't okay. So the sticker says Blue Dragon on it if you can't read it. So I probably got this just as a loose game and then put it in the Blue Dragon case. I don't know why I put it in the Blue Dragon case because I still have Blue Dragon, but we'll get to that when I get to 360 games, I suppose. Spoilers. Another game I got from my boss. You can kind of tell what kind of games they were into growing up. Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge. I know this is like a Ace Combat-y sort of game, I guess, where you're like in 1930s alternate universe, Sky Pirate, Ladies Man, Nathan Zachary. Nathan Zachary over here.
Who's that?
I'm just saying, he looks suspiciously like Nathan Drake. And his name is Nathan Zachary.
Every single white guy looks like Nathan Drake.
And this game was made in 2004, so if anything,
3 years before.
Nathan Drake looks suspiciously
You
like
say that, but
Nathan
Tom
Zachary.
Holland looks nothing like Nathan Drake, and yet they got him to play him in the film.
But yeah, this game, I don't have anything to say other than you can't resell it. So I'm stuck with it.
Yeah.
Here's a game that I guess came with a blind thing because I don't remember ever buying this, but I have considered speedrunning it just because it's my kind of bullshit, and that's Chase Hollywood Stunt Driver.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Yeah, this does look like your kind of game too. Hit your marks, build your rep, be the star. But I think it's like a level by level, do this 1 or 2 trick thing and do it a certain way
like
to get
Stuntman.
to get enough points.
Stuntman was sick.
I think this is a much worse version of whatever that is. I'm pretty sure this game is not very good. So yeah, there you go.
If I hear not very good, it just my ears just. That's all I need to hear.
We got a few of those in the PS2 collection, so when we get there, you're probably familiar with a lot of those. You're a big PS2 person, right?
Yeah.
All right. Agent Under Fire, 007. I don't know anything about this one. Looks like a first-person shooter. Was this one I saw at GDQ recently? I can't remember. They all kind of run together in my head. This like era of James Bond games.
I mean, I don't see the difference between this and Nightfire.
Nightfire may
same game.
Nightfire may have been at GDQ.
I only see the difference because I had Nightfire.
But yeah. I want to say that this also came with the blind collection. I don't have too many Xbox games, so I bet I bought like 2 of them, and a lot of these came from there. This one is one I'm afraid to play because I know how hard it is. Ninja Gaiden.
Ooh.
I think this came with my Xbox when my boss gave it to me. And this isn't like Ninja Gaiden Black or whatever. I think Black's supposed to be the easier one. No, well, so it comes with the manual for Ninja Gaiden Black, so I don't know what happened here. I don't know if you had both or what, but yeah, I thought
Was Black supposed to be the easier one?
I thought, and this is going to be on YouTube, and thousands of people are going to watch this and swarm my comment section. I thought that this was one of those deals where it was too hard when it came out, and then Black released to make it like easier, but maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. Gotta go to people in the comments to, get the algorithm going or whatever. I don't know words.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the below me in the comments. Click the bell or whatever. Speaking of PMC Trilogy, True Crime
Oh,
Streets
that
of
one
LA.
sucks. That
Oh,
game
this is the second one,
awful.
right? This is the second one. This is after.
No, wait, no, that's the first one.
Like Streets of New York was the second one.
Wait, yeah, I think so. I think that one came out first. I'm gonna check them.
Yeah, check. Because I remember liking whichever the first one was when I played it. And I like the most recent one, which is Sleeping Dogs, in my opinion. That's my interpretation of that. Isn't that how that worked? I thought that was what Sleeping Dogs was basically a spiritual.
Yeah. Streets of LA came out in 2003. New York City was 2005.
Okay. So this one sucked?
And they're both terrible.
Okay, they're both terrible and fine. What was your opinion of Sleeping Dogs?
I like Sleeping
Okay.
Dogs.
I like Sleeping Dogs too. Good. That's the right answer. I don't have True Crime in here. So yeah, there's True Crime. I don't know much about the rest of these games except for the very last one that I've skipped. Star Wars Battlefront. I hear folks like this game. Yeah. I know.
I like the second one better, but yeah, this one's a banger as
I'm
well.
also well known for not knowing anything about the Star Wars games. Or Star Wars period. So
Or Star Trek.
I know a little bit about Star Trek. But I know
You
nothing.
don't know enough to distinguish Star Wars from Star Trek.
That was an accident. That was just my brain. That was not a thing. That wasn't a bit. That was just me. I was so upset with myself when I messed that up, and I couldn't change it. Live the battle. So true.
Mm.
Oh, you talking about Run to the Rescue?
Yeah.
I don't know what you were talking about.
Sorry. Yeah. I have played a little bit of KOTOR, but the game kept crashing when I would try to play it, so I never got very far into KOTOR. And I played a little bit of Force Unleashed, which was pretty fun. All right. Next to last of my Xbox games, my physical Xbox games, PsyOps, Mindgate Conspiracy.
That's got a good speed run.
I felt like I'd seen that before because I've been to like the speedrun.com page for every game I own at some point in my life.
I think it's like one person runs it and it's Kyle Allo, but he's like me and just runs shovelware shit, but that's actually a good game.
I have 2 copies of this. I was gonna say
on
that
PS2 you can actually enable debug mode on the PS2 version of that.
Oh, that's
somehow
wild.
By pressing buttons. I don't know how though. But...
I was actually gonna say that earlier with Dungeons and Dragons Heroes because that game does look like it has a neat speedrun, but it's only this one guy and he's like made like tons of forum posts about all of the things he's found, and I'm like, I kind of just wish more people knew about that speedrun because he clearly has put a ton of effort into like.
That's like me making 2 Blade 2 tutorials. One specifically for you with the in it.
Sound.
And then the other one. That's what, you know, when I made that new tutorial, I was so devastated that I completely forgot to do the thing.
And I was watching it, and I can't remember if I was on a call with Oscari or not, but yeah. I feel like I was like, oh, here it comes, and then you never did it. And I'm like, cut. Oh my god.
You should make a new one.
Yeah, make a 3rd tutorial. Bitch, you gotta
There's
make
a new skip for that now anyway, so you don't do that anymore.
There you go.
You don't get the new sound anymore, so...
You should call that sound skip.
We have clips from your Remython run of Dead to Rights where you make a similar sound. I don't know if you remember.
Wait, where?
Oh yeah.
When you're defusing the bomb and you almost run into the sides and you make a similar kind of... You're like, oh! And then also the part where you go in the hole, of course.
Oh yeah.
All right. I told you this was gonna take.
I don't know why, but that clip was so funny.
So this is gonna take a lot longer because we've got more games than last time, and we got 3 people that we're just gonna take way too long on each game. Last Xbox game.
Oh.
Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance.
Mm.
Which this was the original experience I had with MGS2, and I've heard that this is like the most inferior version of Metal Gear Solid 2. So it's good that I played it and still enjoyed it. But yeah,
I think it's an unpopular opinion, but I do not like Metal Gear Solid 2.
Uh-oh.
3 is my favorite.
Well, 3
I like 1, but I don't like 2.
Good opinion. 3 is also my favorite. 2 is weird, especially if you played it when it came out and you were like, and you got swerved by Kojima, like everyone, like what happened. But like those are spoilers. Oscar still has to play 2. He just played 1.
I know the thing about Raiden that you know, I know the whole backstory, but it's literally the next game I'm gonna play.
You're not allowed to know the backstory. Okay, Xbox games on my list. I don't know that I have too many. I used to love all kinds of Xbox games, but I feel like I've kind of it's too many games I've played recently have overtaken and maybe some of these are PS2 games that I also played. No, I have Morrowind on here as my number 98 favorite game. I played that on Xbox. That was my introduction to the Elder Scrolls series, was playing Morrowind on the Xbox. Halo 2 is right after that, 99. It's my 99th favorite game.
Damn, that's too low.
I have a few. Crazy Taxi I first played on Xbox was my 120th favorite game of all time. And then Halo is my 121st favorite game of all time. And I think that's it for Xbox games. Okay. Alright, so that is it for those. Now we get to the big lad, the PS2 collection.
Oh, the chunky boy.
Yeah, we got not a ton, but definitely more than these other ones. So maybe I'll blow through some of these somewhat quickly. SpongeBob is not SpongeBob. Yeah, this is going to
Wait, is that the case for the official soundtrack?
Yeah.
It's the original
movie.
original theme highlights is what it says. Whatever that means.
What does that even mean?
You got
From
the
the show, I
theme by Painty the Pirate and Kids, Loop de Loop. Oh, that's the Tying the Shoe song. The Texas song by Sandy, Pre-Hibernation by Pantera.
Oh.
What?
That's what it says. Pre-Hibernation by Pantera.
Is that actually Pantera, the metal band Pantera?
It's what it says.
I want to hear that.
Ripped Pants, the Fun Song, of course, and SpongeBob Scaredy Pants. Just 7 songs. Anyway.
The best song is The Best Day Ever, though. There's no comparison.
All right. Oh, it even has the lyrics to the theme song. Are you ready, kids? I All right. So what's in here is Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga, which is definitely not SpongeBob SquarePants.
You should have put a SpongeBob game in there.
I don't have one. Spoiler.
Shin Megami Tensei 3 is slightly more fucked up.
Wait, this isn't Shin Megami Tensei 3.
Oh, it's not?
This is Digital Devil Saga. Shin Megami Tensei 3 is Nocturne.
Isn't that the same game?
No, definitely not.
Oh.
This is Atlas had some weird Shin Megami Tensei spin-off games in the PS2 era.
Yeah.
I played this on stream very briefly and then burned out on it because this game is, I don't know, maybe I'm not into the actual SMT games like 5 and like you might like this. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I bet Toxic would love that.
Oh yeah, he probably already does.
This game's got a wild aesthetic to it that I feel like is pretty similar.
Why is there a silver sticker on the disc?
That's a good question. Where did I get this? Oh, I know where I got this. Maybe this is like a repro or something, because I did get it from GameStop. This is definitely one of the GameStop era. Is this the next one? Yeah, this is the next one I want to do, which is not Operation Flashpoint Cold War Crisis. It is Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga 2. So, yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei is definitely a vibe, and it's definitely a different vibe from Persona.
And then this game, which I do actually like quite a bit, it hasn't aged super well, but I remember playing it growing up and really liking it. It's Tenchu Wrath of Heaven. Like maybe like a proto Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know. It's a stage-based third-person action stealth game for the most part. I think it's what I would call it. Really good game though. I think it's the third Tenchu game in the series. So yeah. So those are all the ones that don't have cases. Let's look. We've got this. We'll start with these. I think I got this from a thrift store. Twisted Metal Black. This is not going to look good on the camera with the glare. I really like the PS.
You can see your forehead in the reflection.
If I cover it like this, you can see my monitor. I really like the PS1 Twisted Metal games, but I've never played Black. I like that the manual just says journal. Wait, is this even? Yeah, it is. Okay. was like, it almost looks like an Uncharted manual or something. The way it, just the aesthetic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
Vehicular combat, Twisted Metal, whatever. Twisted Metal 4 is my favorite Twisted Metal game.
You're like me. Half the games you never even played.
I get a lot of them, and I'm like, yeah, buddy, and then I never touch them. This is a game I have touched a few times.
Oh.
Oh.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4.
Oh yeah.
I think it's maybe my favorite in the whole series. I think 4 is my favorite, if I remember correctly. But yeah. Full, everything, nice quality. Didn't get it from GameStop. I think I may have gotten this from my local game store. But yeah, sick game. Another game I've touched more than none. I don't know how much I've played this. Hitman Blood Money.
That's a banger.
Yeah, Blood Money's a bad. I don't like these black cases because there we go. I don't know. The player's gonna be god awful.
Wait, I swear that's the same webcam I've got that I can see in the reflection.
I mean, it's a
Yeah, you should-
Logitech something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you should pick up the
Mine's a
webcam and
Logitech
show us the
something.
webcam.
I wasn't. I'm so pissed off at you right now. It wasn't what I was doing. I was looking to see if there was like a model or something on it. I was moving it to look for. Shut the fuck up.
I think it's called like C9
Yeah.
something.
You almost certainly have the one I have. Dude. But yeah, Hitman Blood
They all
Money.
look the same.
This is the only one I've played. I need to play the new ones, but this one was good. I think this is the one that really like made the franchise a big deal. Was Blood Money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I don't want to start with this one because I want to do the one underneath it first.
You're spoiling it.
No, stop. I remember when you were watching me stream Chrono Trigger and I had my copy of Blade on the table. And you were like, oh, I see Blade over there. It's like, why are you watching me play Chrono Trigger?
I see Blade, I like it.
You saw the thumbnail when you were
I
on
clicked
Twitch
the
and
stream because I saw a little grey box in the
you
corner.
saw like a 2-pixel Blade 2 box. Here's 2 games I don't know anything about, but because they're 6th gen RPGs, I had to buy them. Grandia 2, which I know very, very little about Grandia, other than the first Grandia. I thought Remy was making some sound behind me, but apparently not. The first Grandia was on PS1 and it was pretty popular. And wait, hold on. That's the music that's making that sound. Sorry, I kept hearing like knocking sounds, but that's from the
Video
music
games.
that y'all can't hear. Grandia 3 as well, which has got a cool also got a cool whatever. Yeah, it's like very cinematic, has some cool, you can almost kind of see this picture of a bunch of shit blowing up. It's got some cool battle animation stuff. Experience detailed graphics and CG cinemas which bring the story to life. Explore a massive, dangerous world. Unleash the ultimate action battle system. That's just the most generic.
It has to be the worst job in the world writing the back of a game box.
I love this. So you probably can't read it, but there's this red text right here. And the red text is an IGN.com quote that says, Grandia 2 is an outstanding RPG. That's all it's... I mean, it's a good thing to put, but it's just such a generic, sentence.
It's not the greatest game ever made, like the Final Fantasy VII one.
Grandia 2 touts having 20 minutes of high-res CG animation. Which I guess is a lot for back then, but certainly not anymore. We're getting heavy into the RPGs, by the way, so strap in. Final Fantasy 12.
Oh, it's a banger.
This game's sick. This is the closest thing to Star Wars that I've consumed in my life.
True.
It's a very Star Wars-like story, or so I have been told.
Yeah.
Obviously, this game gets criticized mostly because of its combat system being such a big change from the turn-based whatever from all the previous Final Fantasy games. It's very MMO-like, or whatever you want to call it, because you have a system where you're kind of setting all the characters' actions depending on certain circumstances, and you just kind of go into a battle, and it follows that flow chart of what they should do based on whatever the situation is. But I really like it.
program your AI.
Yeah.
Stuff, people.
I have it as my number 62 game of all time. I played it on Switch, but I'll go ahead and mention it now.
Zodiac Age is probably the better version of the game.
Yeah, Zodiac, which is the
well.
I guess it's called the international version on PS2, and then it's Zodiac Age when you're at least here it's called the international version.
On the PS2, yeah, it's called the international version.
La Pucelle Tactics. Anyone have any?
What is that?
Anyone have any commentary on La Pucelle Tactics?
I'm
No,
assuming
not
it's a
really.
tactics game.
It is a tactics game. You can only
Why-
you can only be so darling when you're hunting demons.
Why does every tactics game have to have tactics in the title?
Otherwise, you don't. You know, I feel like there's a group of people that play, that only play tactics games, and they need that signal to know that this is the game that they just need to not, turn their brain off and just buy the game. And that's, let's just call it La Pucelle Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics. It's not Final Fantasy, it's a tactics game. Go ahead and buy it. It's safe. Go for it.
Lord of the Rings Tactics.
Exactly.
I think it's called that.
The only one that I know off the top of my head that violates that is the Metal Gear Acid games. You gotta have to know that those are tactics games.
Triangle strategy.
But this says that shoot, I'm trying to think of all the games that fall under this. This has the same art style and aesthetic as Disgaea, I think is what I was gonna say. It looks like all those Disgaea games, like the art style and everything. Extremely anime tactics game. Disgaea is also a tactics game, so that makes sense. I don't know if it's made by Mastiff. I've never heard of Mastiff. There's just a dog with a crown.
I mean, no one's heard of the game, so
Yeah,
I'm
fair
not
enough.
surprised.
Blood, crude humor, mild violence, mature sexual themes. You can only be so darling when you're hunting demons. Anyway. Another game no one's heard of, I'm sure, is Resident Evil 4.
Oh, baby.
So, I don't like Resident Evil 4, going back to the whole inverted controls thing. I tried to play this and... Oh no, this isn't an inverted controls thing, this is the tank controls issue. Because I can't mess with tank controls. And I tried to play this game and it just put me off so much. But I recognize that everyone loves this game. So yeah.
It's actually not bad on PC, using WASD to just move and turn. But
And then there's also the remake. If I wasn't such a scaredy cat, I would play the remake, but I'm too scared of horror games to play, shit like Outlast.
mate,
I'm
if
not
you played
touching
Blade
Outlast.
2, you can play anything. That game's terrifying.
Especially Quarantine. That scares me. Now that I know
Oh,
something's
yeah.
chasing me, if only I'd never known.
I think when I was a kid, I had a heart attack when I'm just, trying to figure out where to go, and all of a sudden I'm just getting pummeled by a vampire dinosaur.
Oh, and of course, Ada. Ada, that's her name. You gotta put Ada on
Ada
the back.
Wong.
Wait, this says it's destined to be the greatest survival horror game of all time, so it adds that qualifier to it, so it's not like Final Fantasy VII. Fast-paced, edge of your seat. Why am I describing this? Everyone knows what Resident Evil 4 is. Anyway, good game. Here's a game I tried to play last year and was like, oh, this game is not that good, and that's kind of regrettable. Reservoir Dogs.
Oof.
Have you played Reservoir Dogs? I feel like you have.
No, I played
you
Made
haven't?
Men, which is kind of similar.
I like the disc though. It's just an ear.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought that this was going to be like a GTA-like, which it isn't. It's like an episodic, not episodic, but there's a stage format to it, and it's got some cool cinematic cutscenes to make it seem like the movie, but I don't know. It didn't, not great. Third-person shooter, whatever type deal. Not really a shooter, but it has shooting in it. So yeah, Reservoir Dogs. Oh my god, there's so many RPGs. Radiata Stories. I don't know much about Radiata Stories other than I've heard it's a good game.
Stu never played it.
From the creators of the Star Ocean series. That's probably why I bought it, because I like the Star Ocean games. Explore your surroundings by kicking everything in sight, from furniture to sheep to people.
Okay.
Pick fights with monsters and townsfolk, but choose your battles wisely. Oh, you can convince over 175 brave souls to join your cause. This seems like one of those kinds of RPGs where it's like your party system is your party just gets a little too bloated. You just might prove yourself worthy if your smart mouth doesn't get you killed first. Okay, now this I should have read the back of this because now I'm getting a little bit more interested in this game. Just walking around being a dick to everyone, and I don't know, that just sounds like a good time. I thought I was gonna finish that with anything else, but nope. Next one. A game series I love the music for, but I'm very terrible at. The Mega Man X collection. I bought this brand new on Amazon a few years ago. I was like, why can you buy this new on Amazon? It's a PS2 game.
I don't understand why people like Mega Man. I really don't. Every time someone submitted it to Shots Fired, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then it's the only game they submit, so I have to accept it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, there are, I feel like if you speedrun a Mega Man game, that's all a lot of people speedrun. Like, you speedrun Mega Man games. I like watching the Mega Man X, X2, X3 speedruns. They're like really... It's like the opposite of the kind of runs that y'all do, and I guess myself as well, where there's not usually a lot of like speed tech, at least in these Mega Man games. And the old ones are certainly... There's lots of like glitches and stuff, and I guess when I say speed tech, I mean glitches and skips. Because like Mega Man X and X2, it's just like, it's all execution. Like, it's all just like, movement and just a clean, but it's very satisfying to watch someone do like a clean run of a certain level or whatever. But I'm very bad at them. But the
soundtrack is good.
But the music is exceptional. I think I bought this game to speedrun it, which I could say that about 90% of these games, and this kind of violates what I was saying earlier about military shooters, but I saw the game, I was like, this could be fun to play. Medal of Honor Rising Sun. I don't know much about it other than it's Medal of Honor.
Wait, so you bought it to speedrun it?
Yes.
But you don't know anything about it?
I mean, other than watching I can watch a speedrun like 18 times and still not know anything about the game.
Right, so you watch a speedrun, you
Yeah.
get interested in it, and then you want to run it. But what about it makes it interesting? Is it glitches, skips, gameplay? What about that? Because that doesn't seem like it would be very glitch heavy.
It depends on the game. I'm into a lot of different kinds of shit when it comes to speedrunning, and now I can't remember why. I'm just saying some bullshit to hopefully push you away from that question so I can move on, because I don't remember why I bought it to speedrun it. I watched the run and I was like, oh, this could be fun, and then I saw it at the game store and it was like $4. And I'm like, all right, let's get it. Maybe I'll decide I want to pick it up and play it. This is how I end up with $4,000 worth of PS2 games. So,
I mean, to be fair, most of my games are ones I want to speedrun or have speedrun.
Which is particularly funny when I end up with games like Medal of Honor Rising Sun and La Pucelle Tactics, which I don't like tactics games that much, which I've had this conversation with someone else that's in my Discord where I'm like, I do not like tactics games. And even though there are 2 games at the top of my top games list that are tactics games, but that's because they're really, really, really good tactics games. And it's more because of the story than it is the gameplay. Alright. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Oh, banger.
Just like Star Wars, I don't know shit about Lord of the Rings, but I have heard the game's good. Which is funny because I have The Hobbit and Return of the King. It's a nice copy.
You need to get the Third Age, best game.
Mm.
If I see it at my game store for like $10 or less, then I would probably get it.
I think it's on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. So you got consoles to choose from.
Play as 9 characters, including Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Sam, and Frodo. Is that how you say all those names?
Yeah.
Defeat the forces of evil. Confront Shelob, the King of the Dead, the Witch King, Sauron's lieutenant, and more. There you go.
Great game.
That's probably one of my best condition boxes I've got. And I got this from a thrift store because I still got the green sticker on it. That's from the Goodwill. A game that Oscari loves. Final Fantasy X too. Why didn't I lead off with 10?
Put it in the bin.
Put it in the bin. Oh yeah, you're referencing the speedrun.com thing. Oh, it comes with the survey.
We should probably
You
explain.
should fill it in.
I don't know if you know this, Matt, but the background for this game on speedrun.com is the game in a trash can.
Wait, is it? Hang on.
Yeah. It's in the bin.
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Why?
What do you know about this game?
Sucks.
What do you know about this
Me?
game? Yeah, you, Matt.
Nothing. Absolutely.
What do you know about 10? What do you know about Final Fantasy?
It's a game.
Okay. So Final Fantasy 10's like a beloved game or whatever. And then like 10-2 is this like usually pretty hated game for the most part, especially for a Final Fantasy game. But it's like it's got this like all female cast, and it's got like sort of a magical girl element to it, where like instead of having jobs, you have like a dress sphere system, and your job is basically whatever outfit you put on. You can put on like a gunner outfit, and then you shoot guns. You know.
Wait, did someone really make a forum post crying about the background?
That would be funny if that's what they did.
Oh.
But yeah.
They said, "Are we still keeping this background? Come on, the game isn't for everyone."
Look, I'm a fan of the game. I like the game. I've played it twice now. And the second time I played it very speedrunnery, which the speedrun of this game is very unlike what you would do if you were casually playing it, because there's like a monster sort of collecting, trapping, fighting system that you take advantage of in the speedrun.
Which is the one that Oz runs? Is it 12?
That's 10.
It's 10.
So the game that comes before 10.
They're all confused. They all look the same to me. They've got Roman numerals at the end. I don't know what's going on.
Well, this one has a Roman and an Arabic numeral.
Yeah.
It's not 12. it's 10-2.
It's the sequel to 10.
All right. Here's
Like, just call it 11.
No, but that's different. That's
11 is an
yeah.
MMO.
Yeah, PS2 MMO.
The first MMO in the series. Star Ocean Till the End of Time. I like the Star Ocean games. This one's not huge on my list, but I think if you ask most people that play Star Ocean games what they think the best Star Ocean game is, they'd probably say this one. Star Ocean 3 is what this one is. But yeah, it's a action RPG sort of combat, very anime-ish, but it has very good combat. Like if there's anything positive to say about the Star Ocean series, it's that the combat in this like action RPG sort of style is very high quality. So I'm a big fan of the Star Ocean series, and I'm hoping to get the newest one for Christmas this year. I say that as if I'm a child that doesn't have a job and more than enough money to buy the Divine Force right now, but I like getting gifts. Oh, and then PsyOps, the Mind Gate Conspiracy. We've seen this before. So I also have I said I had 2 copies. I have the PS2 version as well. So your mind.
Oh yeah, and then you can activate the debug mode and do some cheating.
Cheat running. All right, that's the first pile of PS2 games. I have like 6 piles. Oh, we're gonna save this one for the end of this pile, because that one's a banger. All right.
Is it Blade?
It's not Blade. That was a sarcastic banger that I just said. This is.
So wait, so Blade is a legit banger?
I like it. I've never lied when I've said I've enjoyed the game. That's everyone else that shits on the game. Suikoden 4.
Nice detected.
Suikoden 4. The first and second Suikodens that are I think they're both on the PS1. Those are like beloved JRPGs, and then I think as you get further in the series towards Suikoden 4 and 5, they get a little less reputable and enjoyed. But I was able to get this one for like $20, and I do eventually want to play through the Suikoden games. So yeah, this is a pretty high quality copy of Suikoden 4.
I thought that disc had been ruined then.
No, it's got a cool little seashell looking something going on there. It better not be ruined.
Maybe someone had a seashell sticker and ripped it off and just pulled all
That's
the paint
like
off.
whatever the icon is for the series or for the game. Even though I don't see it anywhere, I'm not gonna. It's fine. The disc is fine. Let's move on. Oh, a game that Matt's played recently. Splinter Cell.
Oh god, get that
Oh,
off
yeah.
the screen.
Oh, this is a nice version of the game, right? I remember enjoying it somewhat when I played it, but this was an early
I
PS2
didn't.
game, right?
Yeah.
And I think for speedrunning, if I remember correctly, like the different versions of the game are like really different speedruns because different versions,
levels and stuff.
yeah, different levels, and I think like enemy placements and stuff are like cut in other versions. I think the GameCube might be the most like altered one compared to the other versions, if I remember. I don't know. I'm saying a bunch of.
Well, the
BS.
GameCube's missing like two levels.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
compared to.
Okay, well, these all have to come together. Sly Cooper. You can see I failed in removing the sticker here.
Oh no.
But I think I can still
This
get
is
it
so
removed. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus.
Yeah.
Sly 2, Band of
So
Thieves.
good. Oh, so good.
Sly 3, Honor Among
These
Thieves.
games are so good. I love them so much.
I played this one somewhat, a little bit.
Yeah. It's
Except
different
not
from the
called
others.
Sly Cooper, yeah.
All I know is that speedruns of these games are sick. I've watched the speedrun for this one a few
Yeah.
times. Sly Cooper's got some sick speed tech.
Yeah, the issue with 2 and 3 is they are like 8 hours long, so most of the speedruns are like level speedruns. Which is like
Wait, why is it
each
so
of the levels
long?
are a lot of in-game cutscenes that are unskippable.
Oh.
But like each of the levels is like 50 minutes or whatever each.
And there's what's her name's in the games?
Carmelita? Carmelita.
Yeah. She's like
Carmelita Fox.
the hot fox lady or whatever.
She's the
Sly-
love interest.
Sly's so good, it's just plain criminal.
True.
Are you in or out? Oh, I'm just reading stuff. Anyway, so very good, high quality platformers, or so I've been told.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of of 3D platformers. I did like Jak 1 when I played it, so I will give Jak 1 credit. But generally speaking, I'm kind of tepid to use that word again. I'm tepid on 3D platformers.
I feel like Sly is like the juiciest
Jeez,
3D platformer. That's a game dev term for like feel good to play.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Sunshine, I would say, has that. It's a very satisfying game to just kind of play. So, but that's not a PS2 game. But anyway, it is a 3D platformer. Tales of the Abyss. There's a ton of Tales games. We've covered Tales of Symphonia already. This one's like an even earlier Tales game. I don't have a ton to say about Tales of the Abyss. I think there's a 3DS version of this game as well that came out a little bit later. But a Tales game is, for the most part, a Tales game. It's got a lot of like character building, world building, anime stuff going on. It's got the same kind of action RPG combat for the most part across all the Tales games. If you like one Tales game, you tend to like just about all of them. And I like the most recent ones, but I think age has not helped some of those too much. But I know some folks that still like Abyss. Okay, calling back a game that Oscari. Sorry, I didn't mean to reveal your true name.
It's yeah. So difficult
pretty
to
obvious.
find out. Oh yeah.
Shin
that's a
Megami
good
Tensei Nocturne. I've heard this game is quite difficult.
Hard. Yeah.
But I think
as well.
I think a lot of Shin Megami Tensei games are difficult, so you probably know what you're getting into when you play them. Your Demon Man.
Is there another one that's like really expensive, or is that a different one?
I don't think Nocturne is terribly expensive, but I could be wrong. But there's one that's called like King Abaddon versus something on the PS2, and that game's very expensive. There's like some really weird ones.
Is that a printed sleeve? Yeah. You can just tell.
No comment. Oh, did you see my Final Fantasy VIII cover from the last stream? That was definitely printed. Alright, here's the banger I was talking about earlier. This is a game I suggest no one ever play unless you really want to play the worst of the worst. This is a game that would beat Men in Black for like worst possible blind speed run. Swashbucklers, Blue versus Gray.
no.
This game is abysmal. So this is a Civil War U.S. Civil War game. You can see the Confederate and U.S. flags up there. It's like a, what would you even call this? High seas battles aboard Civil War era sailing ships and steam vessels. Fast-paced third-person sword fights. They are not fast-paced. And bare-fisted brawling. Advanced role-playing system. Not advanced. Get ready. I gotta read the whole thing for this. Life on the high seas. Get ready to take on the role of Abraham Gray, the schizophrenic and morally lacking captain in his smuggling adventures throughout the treacherous waters of the Caribbean. Set against the backdrop of the American Civil War, experience Captain Gray's exploits as he becomes embroiled with the case of the mysterious English ironclad built in Liverpool.
I mean, this statement sums it up here. It said the box art is more exciting than the game.
The opening cutscene is hilarious because there is voice acting in this game, but they're not saying words. They're like, that's all the voice acting is this is grunting and mumbling, but they say it for like all of the lines in the cutscenes. It's like, why?
Was it only released in America? Because I've never seen it before, ever.
Yeah, this game is terrible.
Not sure.
But I bought it because Professor Palmer, who I'm a big fan of, his speedrun library, if you will. He speedruns a lot of terrible RPGs, and he showcased this game one time, and I saw it at the game store for like $10. So I'm like, oh, I have to have this just for like reputation, like just to say I've got this game, this god awful game.
That's me with Britney's dance beat.
Alright, where are we going next? We'll do this one. I don't know what's in this pile other than what's at the top. Alright, this game, I got this as a blind game. And I learned a little bit more about it once I got it because I'd never heard of it. Kengo, Master of Bushido.
That game looks terrible.
I think
I've seen it.
I think this game is like the spiritual sequel to what's that PS1 game, Bushido Blade, I think. I think I looked up this game once I got it, and then that's what I learned about it, because it is just like a one-on-one like sword fighting game, just like Bushido Blade. So, and I think there's another game after this called, like, it's got 9 in the title. It's like Kengo something of 9 or something like that. So yeah, I don't know anything about that game, but there it is. Other than what I just said. Next game. Gran Turismo 3. Hey, Spec.
Good gaming.
Yeah, I know you love your Gran Turismo games. And they look beautiful. You said this is the only PS2 game that you can play in 1080?
No, it's 4.
Oh, 4. Sorry, 4 is also...
You can run 4 on 1080i on the
1080i.
PS2.
I forgot that there's 2 on the PS2.
It might not be the only one, but I think it is.
So yeah, we'll blow through that one somewhat quickly. Not to be disrespectful of it, but, it's Gran Turismo. You know what it is. This game, I don't know anything about this game other than it's a fighting game, and that is it. Barbarian. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Barbarian, but it's apparently just like a fighting game. 10 different characters, each with their own storyline and quest. 10 multi-level fighting arenas. 300 different story branches.
That can't be right.
Interactive environment. Sophisticated tutorial. Why would you put that on your... Why would you tout a sophisticated tutorial? Oh, I love this. Look at this quote. The game to get. Thank you.
That's like a screams of a quote where they literally couldn't think of anything.
It probably says the game to get if you hate yourself or something, and they just stopped at the game to get. It's psxnation.com. I've never heard of them. Anyway. Oh, it can be up to 8 player, like 8 character fighting game. 1 to 4 players fighting simultaneously. 2 to 8 characters can be played at the same time.
Oh, so it's like Marvel vs. Capcom?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, like it's a tag thing, maybe. Again, I don't know anything about this. No, it says they're all on the screen at the same time.
Oh.
So maybe it's like it's more like Smash Brothers, and that it's 8 people all fighting together, but only 4 people can be controlling a character. SOCOM, U.S. Navy SEALs. I know this was a big deal back in the day, right? People love their SOCOM.
Casual speedrun loves this SOCOM.
What about the casual speedrun?
Casual speedrun is a guy He speedran Sega Bass Mission, shots fired, and that as well.
I feel like I remember that now that you say it. The SOCOM part, at least.
He would. Oh well, he literally put on like a fishing outfit to do a 1 minute speedrun. Sega Bass
I have to
Mission.
go back and see that if there's a VOD of that. You have those.
It should be on the YouTube.
Gotcha. I don't have much to say about SOCOM because I wasn't playing that. Okay. Time for Oscar to get all excited.
Oh.
Kingdom Hearts. Got the greatest hits version. Clearly not in my possession. I don't have the game anymore, like he said.
Kingdom Hearts is not my favorite game.
Well, but it's... There's a Just wait. Hold on. I've played almost all of this game, to be fair. So, you know.
Yeah.
It's an action RPG. You know what Kingdom Hearts is. If you love it, you love it.
It's good.
And then
This is my favorite game.
Kingdom Hearts 2. I will say that the cover for Kingdom Hearts 2 is pretty cool. With your foil looking whatever. The story is not over. It sure as hell wasn't.
Oh, it barely started in 2.
I have played enough of Kingdom Hearts 2, right? Do you agree with that? You don't agree with that?
No.
This is a banger. Katamari Damacy.
Yeah. Love the cover.
Fun game. One of Vigilant Baker's favorite games.
Yeah.
The rolling, sticking, never stopping, ever swelling clump of stuff that makes a star out of everyone and everything. That's all you need to know. Great music. Katamari Damacy is good music. And then a game I mentioned earlier that I've played before, Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I think I played the 360 version of The Force Unleashed, though. But this is a fun game, third person.
I didn't even know it was on PS2.
Yeah, I didn't either. And then I saw it at my game store, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy it. So I bought it. And here you go. I think this was a thing where it was some like buy 3 get 2 free. I feel like that's why, because I don't think I would have sought this. I think I was just looking for like a 4th or 5th game and grabbed it. So yeah, Force Unleashed. Next pile. We got 3 more piles. We're getting close. Put this one at the bottom.
Trying to be so secretive.
Oh, here's some games that I don't know anything about really. Xenosaga Episode 1. Who's good with German?
The Willy.
Der Willy
Is that what it says?
Der Willy Zermacht.
Sounds like you're saying the Willy is Matt. That's rude.
Yeah, it's I've heard it's a good, fun RPG. I don't know too much about it. Epic adventure delivering over 80 hours of gameplay. Music performed by the London Philharmonic Orchestra. I did not know that. 4 exhilarating minigames. I like reading the back of these and just seeing what weird things they're putting as their bullet points. 4 minigames.
I should have done this. I should have done this on my videos. Read the back of the games I didn't know anything about. I could have just read the back.
It goes from like this wild thing I wouldn't have expected, London Philharmonic Orchestra, and then wow, 4 mini games. So yeah, that's one of 3 episodes. Here's the second episode. That one's harder to read at the bottom. It says Jenseits van Gut und Bose.
Why is it German though?
That's a good question.
I understood something is good and bussin'.
And Bose.
Is it made by German devs? Or...
No, I think it is part of the like. There's like a this goes with like the whole Xenogears, like everything's like ultra philosophical and religious, and they talk about like Nietzsche and shit. I don't know. I think that might be because I want to say the third episode, which I don't have because it's ridiculously expensive, has like Zarathustra in the name, I think, which I think is a reference to Nietzsche, right? Isn't that one of his books?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I only know that's from like the song.
The song, yeah,
also
yeah.
sprach Zarathustra.
Yeah. Customize your party, blah blah blah, over 100 different skills. combat techniques, etc., etc. So yeah, just another in the long list of RPGs I want to one day play. Adding to that long list, Valkyrie Profile 2, Silmeria. I know there's the recent PS5 Valkyrie Profile that just came out. I think that's the remake of the very first Valkyrie Profile. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm a dumbass. Defy the Gods. This is another like action RPG that's pretty intense. Experience an epic tale of divine revenge. Odin, the All-Father, has exiled you to the mortal world. When the warrior within you awakes, you must flee those who would control both your body and your soul. There you go. That's the game. Whatever that means. Odin, that's your stuff. Oscari.
That's my culture.
It's your culture.
You should make the thumbnail of this specific part just a picture of you holding up a copy of Blade 2 with a really happy smile on your face.
And do the white outline around my body like it's on every YouTube video.
And you're pointing at the game.
You're pogging so hard.
No, it wouldn't be for that game. It would be for this game. Lifeline.
Oh, Lifeline.
Sorry. I can do it for Blade 2. I just saw Lifeline and I was like, oh, this game is kind of a meme, obviously, but I also unironically really like Lifeline.
Es no bueno.
Oh, good.
That's from this, right?
Matt, yeah, oh yeah, Matt, you know about Lifeline, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Some guy ran it for shots fired a couple of times.
Probably like maybe Tetsuya. I know Tetsuya runs this game. I don't know if there's a few people that run Lifeline, but yeah, it's a neat voice-activated horror-ish game. So you have to like separate me from the horror game in order for me to like it. And this is enough of a separation from the game itself for me to enjoy.
Can you
playing
play it without a microphone, or do you absolutely need?
I think you have to have the microphone because you're literally.
You'd think it would say on the case though.
Okay, well.
Oh no, because they would have sold it with the microphone. Oh.
That right there at the bottom, right there says microphone headset required.
Oh.
Or sorry, headset microphone. Yeah, I like the game. It's very expensive. I bought it for like $15, and I think now it's like $70. The NTSC version, at least. Dark Cloud. I remember this game was like heavily pushed in its like advertising campaign or whatever when it first came out as like the IP to kill Zelda or whatever. This was like, here's the Zelda PlayStation 2 games, Dark Cloud.
It's actually good though.
I have heard that Dark Cloud is good and that Dark Cloud 2 is even better. Our friend Scarzard really likes Dark Cloud 2. It has like a neat little town building thing and a weird golf game inside of it, which is weird because it's just like an RPG that has nothing at all to do with golf. This also has this insert. Is it the? Yep. Got another. I should do a stream where all I do is fill out all of these surveys.
I wonder if people actually filled these out.
Free PlayStation 2 stuff. Of course they did. They wanted free PlayStation 2 stuff. Oh, PlayStation Underground. I used to get those discs. Anyway, Dark Cloud 2, or original Dark Cloud. I have Dark Cloud 2 digitally. Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. This goes with Breath of Fire 3. I think this is the 5th Breath of Fire game. And I think this one is generally considered to be the one that killed the Breath of Fire franchise, because not many people like this game, even though I kind of liked it. It's got some neat, weird music. You're like inside... Oh, you can tell this is a printed whatever, box art. It's like hard to tell, but it's very blurry. Especially if you look at this, like the... I mean, it's blurry. It's blurry
the camera is just...
Yeah, the camera's not helping.
How do we know you're not just showing us pirated copies?
Well, I bought this from my game store. No, this is I did buy from my local game store. It even has the phone number for the Capcom hint line on the disc.
How are you supposed to
ring
follow
it
that up
live
without
on
playing the
the
game?
Not good. And so all I know about this game is that you start like deep inside like this hole. It's like it's
the one by the shower.
It's like Gurren Lagann, where you're this deep underground society or whatever, and you're trying to escape, and you're starting at like the very bottom of this deep underground thing, and you're slowly progressing your way back to the surface.
You didn't watch enough Gurren Lagann to make that reference.
But that's how the Gurren Lagann. That's the whole premise of the beginning of it. I watched half of it. Anyway,
Well,
I like the
It
aesthetic.
seems like there's a lot of half-assed jobs going on in this video.
That's my whole thing. Do you like my Mega Man curler?
it's a good one.
I didn't make it. I made this one, the White Mage, and I made the Mario one, but a friend of mine made the Mega Man one. I don't know why I decided to bring that up now. The Bard's Tale. Any familiarity?
Isn't this the game that has the disc that tells you to look at the back if you want to see something ugly or something like that? I can't remember what it was.
It does have some weird, like the character. Like there's a lot of fourth wall breaking. Oh yeah, no. Sorry. Yeah. No. It says it on the disc. I don't know if you can read it, but it says for a really disturbing image, flip disc over.
Yeah.
And obviously it's your face. No, you're right. Yeah.
It's so good.
So this is like a third-person RPG or whatever. Kind of like I'm trying to think of a game that's similar. There's a few games, but I can't conjure any of them in my head right now. But yeah, it's
Fable?
kinda like Fable. Yeah, I guess you could maybe say it's like Fable. Very like irreverent humor, fourth wall breaking. There's like I thought some like famous guy voices the Bard in the Bard's Tale. I can't remember. Anyway. I got this game at a thrift store because it was really cheap and I knew it wasn't a particularly cheap game. Ark the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. I don't know
Wait,
anything
that looks like Conan the Barbarian.
It does kind of look like Conan the Barbarian. You're not wrong. I don't know a ton
That's
of...
Ark the Lad.
Ark the Lad, yeah. The tie that reunites two men is the one that could destroy their world. That's the slogan. But yeah, it's in like great condition, and I got it for like $4, so I was like, "Yep, grabbing it." But I know you can buy it on the PS Store. It's one of the PS2 games you can buy through the PSN Store, but I don't know much else other than that.
Oh! Yes.
Whatever.
I've got to use that.
This is false advertising because he's got the code on.
Wait, has that got coffee spilled on it?
I don't think so. Oh, it does!
It looks... What have you done?
This wasn't me! I didn't spill this coffee. Oh, wait. I don't think it's his. Because Remy has peed on some of my games when I first adopted him. He peed on my bookcase. I could fill this...
it would just sum it up if you peed on Blade 2.
I can fill this out and tell everyone about how much I love Blade 2 for the PlayStation 2 computer entertainment system.
Mail it to Tom.
I mean, to be fair, you're not a true collector like me unless you've got like 6 different copies of Blade 2.
Do you think if I fill this out and return it, I'll have a chance to win their monthly drawing for a free Tony Hawk autographed professional skateboard? Why is it? Why is it Tony Hawk?
It's Activision, that's why.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like they couldn't have like a Wesley Snipes thing.
Bring the Daywalker home tonight.
Why is that in the game? Like, the only way you see that is if you already brought the Daywalker home.
Unleash justice with extreme authority. Is this exactly the way it looks in other regions? Is it just this?
It's the same everywhere.
He is Blade the Daywalker, and he's the vampire's worst nightmare. Matthew, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this game.
Is the time as worse? Oh yeah, I'd love to hear you.
Use martial arts, guns, and the sword of the Daywalker in a dance of death with your inhuman enemies. Keep the forces of evil at bay with your 360-degree combat system and unstoppable rage powers. Deliver last rites to your vile vampire victims with gruesome, over-the-top finishing moves.
Fucking hate those.
Mucky foot.
Well, so. Wait, that's what you were gonna tell. Oh, when you said you were gonna tell me about the game, you meant you was gonna read.
Yeah, I was telling you about the game.
I thought you were gonna talk about the game just in general.
No, I was just gonna do better than whoever put stuff on the box to tell you about the game to educate us. All right.
You should get the French version as well to just make your collection superior.
I mean, Oscari's got me beat on one of my favorite games in terms of the number of copies of
Yeah.
What's that?
That's a spoiler.
Oh.
That's for the next video when we do 360 games. This isn't in the right order, but I'm gonna do it in this order anyway. Onimusha. Again, this is another game where the tank controls kind of did me in because I'm not a huge fan of games with tank controls. I should play the new Onimusha, the PS4 one, because I know that one has the option to not have the tank controls. Otherwise, I think this is a pretty neat game. I've enjoyed watching other people play it at least. Yeah, Onimusha. Let's put it over here. Oh baby, here we go. Metal Gear Solid 2. Got some more of that sweet Yoji Shinkawa artwork. And I think this was part of like a collector's edition because this is definitely not what the just the basic whatever game looks like. Like it definitely everything about this is.
Oh yeah, that was part of the bundle.
And
it would have came with 3 as well, I think.
And I have Metal Gear Solid 3. So I bought this off of an auction, an online auction. It came with both of these. And like the disc is very basic, it's just like black and white.
Cool. Yeah, but I've never seen like the white bar at the bottom for the disc. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is, I saw it and it was like a cheap, I forget what else it came with in the lot, but I was like, hell yeah. I think I got these for like $20 or something. This plus whatever. Yeah, it even says it's part of a set on the back. Good to know. So this is Final Fantasy X.
Oh, it's so good.
Yuna. Our good friends Yuna or Oren. That's really it. That's all you see. Oh, Titus is on there too, obviously. Good game. This is a fun game. I've never played the PS2 version. Only the PC version of 10.
PS2 version has some funky menus.
Good gaming. Not good gaming is the next game. It's a FromSoft game, actually. You can see I'm not lying. It's got the From Software logo on it. Even though you can't really see it. Evergrey.
Oh, I think I watched a video about it of someone talking about this.
This is a launch title on the PS2, and it sure looks like a launch title for the PS2. I think it's an action RPG. To achieve grace, you must first defeat your fears. Yeah, epic RPG storyline. Customize your weapons, armor, and clothing. Certain combinations of armor and clothing unlock magical abilities. 2 independent character arcs. Expect gorgeous special effects and plenty of action. Evergrace. I've watched a speedrun of this and I was like, ooh, this game... It makes me think of like it's the PS2 version of Quest 64. That's what I think of when I watch this game. Is that it's got that kind of vibe to it. There's probably people out there that would enjoy it. This game I've heard is quite the banger, as are most games in this series, according to the folks that love them. Dragon Quest VIII.
Oh, that is definitely some printed box art right there.
You might be right. It's got a playable demo of FF12 though.
Oh, hell yeah.
Look, all I know is that it's got everything that matters. Got the manual.
What do you mean? The box art matters the most. This is what you look at.
No, you look at the television with the game on it. I've heard 8 is one of the better games in the series. So I bought this at some point. I think I bought it from a game store in Alabama. I usually keep most of my receipts just so I can remember. Yeah, I bought it from Gamers Paradise.
We spend most of our lives living in the gamer's paradise.
Thank you, Weird Al. Dot Hack. This is part 1, Infection.
Anime gaming.
Yeah, this game is a game about being in an MMO, if I remember correctly. It's like, what's that anime? Sword Art Online, isn't that the point of that? But yeah, you're like you're a character in an MMO, but this game is not an MMO. If I remember correctly. Tell me in the comments if I'm just talking out of my ass. And it even has like an anime thing in it. Like it comes with a DVD of like whatever Dot Hack Liminality is.
I know these games are worth a bit of money.
Oh yeah, it even says 45-minute anime DVD included. And I think I bought this shortly after watching Kios Little Monster run this game. I think Race It at RPG Limit Break. You're in their world now. What is this aesthetic?
Whoa.
Whatever this guy's got going on.
Hmm.
You thought, oh, I love these quotes. Dot Hack ranks among the top 9 RPGs for 2003. So are you saying it's 9th if you're going to say that it's the top 9?
Oddly specific.
Dot Hack is light years ahead of most cliche-riddled RPGs. Holy shit, that's shots fired right there.
Yeah.
You thought EverQuest was addictive? That's another quote. And Dot Hack reeks of mystery and conspiracy. I love these quotes. Simulated MMORPG, no internet connection required. This anime is from the creators of Ghost in the Shell and Evangelion. Anyway, that's that. And then I bought...
Those are good animes.
Yeah. Dawn of Mana, which again is another game I don't know much about, and I bought it just because it was cheap at the game store, and I was like, this just seems like the kind of game that I would put in my collection of various Mana games. Secret of Mana, Legend of Mana, Dawn of Mana. This is the one I know the least about. Uproot the Forces of Evil. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Dawn of Mana.
A bad cover.
It is not a very good cover. I'm not a huge fan of it. Alright, one more stack left.
Long video.
Yeah.
We got, what, 7 more games?
Still like half the length of your video, man.
No, mine was only 2.5, so it's pushing it.
Wasn't it like 3?
I swear it was only 2.
Y'all keep arguing about how long the video is, and it will be that long.
It's 2 hours 40.
Oh, okay.
Look, we still got an hour.
We'll call that a draw.
Alright. Last couple games. I haven't even mentioned if any of these games are on my list, so I gotta go back through that later. Onimusha 2, I also have the second Onimusha. I don't have the third one that's got what's his name on the cover, that actor, the Gene something, I forget his name.
I know who he is.
Yeah. Demon Siege, I think is the subtitle for that game. But yeah, Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny. Because I was so turned off from the original Onimusha, I never got around to Onimusha 2, but yeah, don't have the manual, just the game. I think I got this one from my game store. Here's a game I'm a big fan of, and that Ascari should certainly play, and that's Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3 FES.
I'm waiting for in January.
Comes out.
4 and 3 come out on PS4.
That's the portable, which I think portable and FES are both really good versions of Persona 3. Just don't play the original.
I've heard that portable is like the optimal version, but I don't know.
But yeah, I like the disc. I like the manual. This one's probably the darkest of the 3 like current Persona games, the ones that kind of follow the current formula. But yeah.
Yeah, let's not talk about Persona 2.
Persona 1 and 2 are just, yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's not talk about Persona 1. I now realize what you meant by that. Anyway. We were talking about Kudelka and how much I loved Kudelka, and then it was a prequel to games I was going to talk about today, or at least during this video. Shadow Hearts is it's a horror-ish, not really horror, it's like horror-adjacent sort of story, gothic, whatever sort of storyline. I love that Francis Bacon's head is just like barely visible. You're like staring at the main character. The time for judgment has come. Prepare for an RPG unlike any other. Welcome to the world of Shadow Hearts. It's got a cool little like ring system where when you're running up to attack, or before you run up to attack, there's like this ring, and most of the ring does like a minimal amount of damage, or it'll miss if you land on it. And then there's like little slivers that do like more damage and then critical damage. And that's like how all the combat's based off. Is like off this little ring system. But yeah, you can morph into a bunch of different creatures with unique attacks. Yeah, it's a wild game, an innovative and macabre adventure. Yeah. The best game of the series, or so I've been told, is the second game in the Shadow Hearts series, Shadow Hearts Covenant. Wield the power of the Judgment Ring to fulfill your destiny. Combine split-second timing and skillful combat strategy to master the Judgment Ring's powerful and stackable attacks. So yeah, I don't know a ton about Shadow Hearts Covenant. I think it's probably the most like intense game in terms of the story. It's played pretty straight for the most part. And I say that to transition into the final game of the series, Shadow Hearts from the New World. This game is not like that. It's got a very bizarre cast of characters. There's like this like goofy ninja dude. There's this princess-looking maid lady that she like goes back and forth from like this really skinny magical girl sort of character, and then can turn into literally what's just called like fat princess, I think. So she just becomes like really fat, and I don't know the point of that. And there's like this guy that's a mariachi over here in your party. It's a really weird game, especially coming after this game, which is like a much more like serious, intense game. I don't know. One day I'll play them. But the new game that's in that Kickstarter, the double Kickstarter, Penny Blood. Penny Blood's made by the folks that were a part of the Shadow Hearts games. So I'm pretty excited about Penny Blood when it comes out in 2025, I'm sure. Shadow Hearts. But Kudelka's the best out of all of them. I love Kudelka. I'd remove the sticker if I wasn't afraid of causing issues with the label, so I gotta get my goo gone and get that off. But Stretch Panic.
What is that?
So I don't know that I can adequately describe. Oh, there's words on the back. Maybe that'll help.
Inscrutable.
Inscrutable. Reach out and stretch someone is what it says on the back. From the award-winning developers Treasure, creators of Gunstar Heroes, Dynamite Heady, Mischief Makers, and Bangai O,
I've never heard of any of those games.
Comes Stretch Panic, a dark comic fantasy that takes you for a trip on an entirely new gaming experience. Join Linda as she journeys through Limbo in the Museum of Agony. Limbo. Oh no, Linda. Sorry, Linda. Yeah, you're right. As she journeys through Limbo in the Museum of Agony to save her 12 possessed sisters from the clutches of the demons of vanity. Armed only with a possessed scarf, it's up to you to rescue your siblings. Featuring stretchticity technology. For the first time ever, players can stretch and deform any and everything in the video game environment.
That sounds fun.
So, like, you are stretchy, and then all the things you can grab in the game are also stretchy, and, like, the speedrun looks kind of cool, because you just kind of, like, grab random things in the environment and stretch, and then let go and, like, launch yourself. So, that was why I bought the game. A bizarre treasure, a true gem, unique addictive gameplay, loads of fun. Its wackiness and originality will surprise gamers. Awarded Most Innovative Game of E3 by IGN.
Wow.
Stretch an enemy's face, pull up the ground, and use it as a shield. Use a tree as a catapult. Yeah, there's like, it's a very short game if I remember. But, yeah. You stretch a bunch of stuff. One more game. I saved the best for last. Kind of a joke, but I like this weird collector's edition game that I bought on a whim in 2016. So this is Sakura Wars, So Long My Love. This is the collector's edition. This game is like $110 now, I think. Somewhere around there, and I bought this for like $25 6 years ago. Ooh, this is a strategy RPG. It's also a dating sim visual novel. And it's set in 1920s alternative history Broadway. And it's like a harem sort of deal where you're this guy surrounded by all these
Well, there's Haley.
Are we talking about the redhead?
Obviously.
Her hair's too long, right? And she's...
No. It's about the same.
You want to guess this character's name? It's not Haley. There's no, I could give you 300.
Williams.
I could give you 300 years to guess this character's name, and you would never come remotely close.
What is it?
So here's there she is right there. She's got like a sword. She's like a cowgirl lady. I'm gonna show you in just a second. So this game comes with a mock what do you call this? Theater program. That's the word I was looking for the Little Lip Theater in New York. So this is like, a thing if you were to go to like a show, a Broadway show, they'd give you like thing or whatever. And this like describes each of the characters. And yeah, this is her. Her name is Gemini Sunrise.
Oh.
So yeah.
I mean, I thought it was going to be like a jumbled name that wouldn't make any coherent sense when you said what you said.
Gemini Sunrise isn't an easy name to think of either, I would think. But yeah.
True.
But yeah, it's just got like, here's all the various characters, and it like describes them, blood type, all that kind of stuff. It's got the manual.
So is that meant to be the manual?
Oh, this is the manual. This is like, this is what comes with the special edition, or the collector's edition. The manual's quite big, but most SRPGs, I would think. Oh no, it's got French. I forgot that some of these old manuals have just like half of it as like, here's the French translation of everything. But
probably for Canadians.
That sounds right. That sounds like a
Keep it
reasonable
quiet.
thing to say. Oh, I forgot about this. So it comes with 2 discs. Here's the first disc, and I don't know if you can read it, but it says underneath the title, English voiceover. And then it comes
I like how instead of turn the disc around, you just flip the case upside down.
And then this one, I don't know if you can tell, but it's just got a completely separate game that's the Japanese voiceover.
That's cool.
So instead of just like changing the settings, I guess you just put in the disc that says Japanese voiceover. So that's
I
kind of
wish every game came like that.
I'm assuming it's just because it wouldn't fit on one disc.
And this game does have a ton of voiceover because it's a visual novel dating sim sort of deal. But yeah, what was my thought? My thought was that this is like a harem dating sim visual novel where like you can choose to like be with any of the like female characters in the game, and you're the dude in the middle, sort of that guy. And they each come with their own like Power Ranger mechs that they can get in, and it's all like color coded or whatever, kind of like the Power Rangers. And there's like a section of the game that's like a visual novel dating sim, and then it goes to like, it's nighttime. It's almost like Persona 5 where like, it's nighttime, now it's time to go fight demons or whatever. And that's kind of the gist of the whole game. But it's a neat premium. The premium box includes Japanese voiceover disc, pamphlet style art book, Gemini. Oh, I didn't get the Gemini Sunrise poster.
Damn.
So we don't buy pre-owned things.
Well, you think I'm never gonna find a new copy of this game, PlayStation 2?
How much is that worth?
I don't know how much the
Sealed.
new one. Yeah, I don't know how much new sealed is worth, but I know that the copy I'm holding right now is over $100.
But is it though if it's missing stuff?
We'll take off like $3 for that.
that's not accurate.
I like that the Broadway thing just is a giant pair of lips. That's not Little Lip. That's Big Lip Theater. The stars of Broadway battle against evil warlords of ancient Japan in New York in their steam-powered mechanized battle suits, spearheaded by a Japanese youth burning with the spirit of the samurai. That's a very I don't know.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all? No more level grind. Oh, that's right. You don't build levels in this game like traditionally. You have to like date your characters more to level up. The more they like you, the better they are in battle. Yeah. Explore an alternate steampunk 1920s New York. That's the last game I decided to end. I could have ended on Blade 2, but no, I ended on Soccer Wars So Long, My Love.
What a title.
Yeah. I like the.
Do you know where is Dead to Rights?
That's a good question. I used to have the Xbox Dead to Rights, but I guess so. I don't have a lot of my old games because my brother basically owned all of them because he's my older brother, and I guess that means he gets everything. Everything is quote unquote his. So I basically have nothing from when I grew up.
Where was High School Musical?
Well, we haven't covered the Wii games yet.
Oh, exciting!
Does that mean I have it for the Wii? We'll have to wait and see.
There's only one good High School Musical game though. So.
And that's Max Payne 2, Fall of Max Payne.
Oh yeah.
The only thing that this has in it is the Rockstar registration card.
Well, you don't have Airblade either. I don't even have Resident Evil Dead Aim.
I have never seen a copy of Airblade in my life.
Maybe it's more harder to get in America.
Is it even available? Is there even a
Yes.
TSC version? That's
Yeah.
wild.
It's actually funny because the NTSC version on the time trial levels where you have to like get a certain score for like a score attack, they actually give you more time in the American version.
Oh, that sounds like a thing. It's like the Mystic Quest of those kinds of games. Like, here, we got to make an RPG for the Americans. Make it really easy. PS2 games on my list real quick. I freaked out just now because I was looking at my OBS and I thought that I had never started recording, which would have been... No, we have been recording. I just saw the button stop recording and I'm like, oh, I don't know, my brain messed up.
It's literally blue.
Yeah, it is blue. You're correct. Oh, y'all can see it too. That's right.
Yeah.
Probably most of these aren't listed as PS2 games, I'm guessing, because I played them on other consoles. What do we got? Metal Gear Solid. That's not any of the... Oh, where's Metal Gear Solid 3? I've got it way up here. Number 11 is Metal Gear Solid 3. But I played...
No, that is very good.
I played it on 360, though, not on PS2. What else do we got? Scrolling. Final Fantasy 12 I have a 62. I think I may have already said that. Played on Switch. Holy crap. I'm just having a hard time remembering what's on.
It's Playtime number 1. It has to be. It can't be anywhere else. So
I forgot to put it on here is what it is.
What? Devastating.
I feel like there should be more on here of PS2 games, but I guess not. Hold on, I'm in the 100s now. All the Uncharted games. I guess I could put Jak and Daxter. I should have mentioned that as That's PS2, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have Jak and Daxter at 118. I just played it on PS5. That's it. Yeah, I guess I don't have too many. I have a lot of PS4, PS5, 360 games on here, and then other just like PC games, PS games. All right. Well, I'm hoping that's the largest part of my collection. Next, I'll do what'll be next: PS3, 360, and Wii, which I have a decent number of PS3 and 360 games, but not this number. That'll probably be the next longest. And I'll probably put Switch and Wii U together because I don't have a lot of either of those. And then I'll do that with PS5, PS4. I don't have any Xbox One games or Series games, so don't have to worry about that. And then I'll do handhelds at the end, at the very end.
Do you not own any physical PC games?
Physical PC games? That's a good question. I think I do. Let me check real quick. Wait, will be one again.
Yeah, PC games stopped being physical a long
I
time
have some
ago.
more
for
PS2
me.
games, but they're all like sports games, so I didn't care to get them out.
That is devastating.
Yeah, you gotta be thorough. It's about the collection, not about...
Even I showed Brittany
Excerpts.
Gansby and an NBA 2001 or something.
Yeah. Sports games are good. I have like an ungodly amount of hours in like baseball games.
Did you see the Wii game that I pulled out?
Yeah,
No.
World War.
Yeah, I figured you might have immediately know. You're good at this game. Well, I'm good at the game of knowing what game I'm holding. I don't know if you're good at World of War.
If I see a copy of something that I recognize, that's why I noticed the blade.
Didn't you say you liked this?
corner.
This was your favorite Call of Duty?
Mine, yeah.
But probably not the Wii version. This is why I have it in the closet. So this is a little spoiler, but it's not a spoiler because I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to put it back in the closet. So,
Where it belongs.
yeah.
Also, you should show the sports games. You've got to be thorough. You've got to show every game.
Fine,
Yeah.
Whatever. Let's make this last longer. Milk it for as much time as possible.
Yeah, it's not like... Here are some games that I own. It's the game collection video.
Of course, they're all like at the bottom too.
There's some good stuff in that closet.
Hell yeah. I can't wait for someone to just caption this part of the video. Just really
Oh, some Xbox as well.
All right.
See, if you're gonna do a game collection video, you gotta show all of the games.
This is true. Did you skip any
I showed an
PS1?
NBA game that I had.
I showed the one PS1 game that I skipped. I don't. Oh shit. Sorry. There is one PS1 game I forgot about.
Another
Oh yeah, I remember
one?
that. What was it? Mia's soccer something? Never even heard of that in my life.
Mia's soccer.
Is it a women's football game?
I guess
Never even
so.
heard of it.
That seems wild that they
Gamecube.
did that in the 90s. Like,
I hope y'all are entertaining the YouTube viewers while I'm trying to get all this shit.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, Mia Hamm's Soccer 64. That's it.
oh yeah.
So this
It looks terrible.
I have a lot of games in here that I forgot about. Not a lot. I have a few, but I think most of them are 360 games. It was already open. Yeah, here we go. I have this game on PS1. The Land Before Time.
Oh yeah.
Great Valley Racing Adventure.
That's a speedrunning game.
It didn't work.
it?
The game like kept crashing on me. This was
Never even heard
this was
of
a random game I got. This is part of one of the blind things I got, and I was like, let's try to speedrun it. And then I tried to speedrun it. The game kept crashing when I tried to play it. So I thought I had a copy of Pong as well.
Pong?
Pong on the PS1. Mutsky.
Wait, there was a
Oh.
Pong game on the PS1.
And Mutsky has the world record in Pong, the FF9 speedrunner. But I don't know where it is.
You should speedrun Uno on PS1. That sounds like a good time.
I should speedrun the Game of Life on PS1. I used to play that game growing up.
Oh no.
That's an
What's
RNG
that?
fest. Like the board game. Have you heard of the board game Life?
No.
I don't know how to describe it if you're not familiar with it.
Let me Google it. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna look it up.
It's weird.
I was just gonna bring my SNES Classic, at least the box for it, while I was here,
Oh,
just
yeah.
to show that off. It's not in here, but
The inferior version of the
yeah, it's missing
SNES.
some games that I would like to
Oh,
have.
it just doesn't look as good as from the other regions.
Okay, let's blow through these games real quick. I have NCAA football 2005. This is Larry Fitzgerald. He played for the University of Pittsburgh. I'm sure, like, if you're gonna make me talk about these games, I'm gonna give you all the information.
You should play them as well. Put some gameplay on the screen.
Oh yeah.
I did
B-roll.
play this game one time on stream. NASCAR Thunder 2004. I smoke Tony Stewart.
Why did they put the nickname at the beginning of his name?
I mean, I did that. I don't know that they didn't do that.
Well,
This game doesn't work, so I didn't include it in the collection. Spider-Man 2,
oh banger.
but I do have it. But I need to get it like resurfaced or something, and maybe try to.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I showed some games in my collection that don't work either.
Oh, okay. But yeah, there's definitely some scratches on there. And it's even kind of cracked in the middle, so you know. Hey, buddy. Got Madden 06. That's Donovan McNabb. Oh shoot, I can't remember this guy's name. NCAA 06 March Madness. Raymond Felton, I think.
I'm kind of concerned that you know all these names.
Tell me in the comments if his name isn't Raymond Felton. I'm a big.
I can only validate baseball players.
I'm a big sports fan. I'm not gonna be shy about that.
If you're a big sports fan, you should have showed the sports games.
Yeah.
They're just whatever. NBA Live 2005. This is Carmelo Anthony of the Denver Nuggets at the time. Nuggets. EA Sports Freestyle. Hey, that's LeBron James right there.
LeBron James.
LeBron James, yeah. This is Desmond Howard, NCAA 06 from the University of Michigan. Bring home the Heisman. Madden 2003. I played a crap ton of Madden 2003 when this game first came out. It's Marshall Faulk of the St. Louis Rams, now the Los Angeles
Who's that
Rams.
guy in the top left?
That's John Madden.
Oh.
Yeah.
John Madden. I don't. It's NASCAR 06 Total Team Control. I want to say that that's maybe Jimmy Johnson. Tell me in the comments if this isn't Jimmy Johnson. And that's
Who's the other one?
And that's. I mean, I can tell you that that's Jeff Gordon because that's DuPont right there. So that's got to be Jeff Gordon. Oh yeah, let me open it. That's 100% Jeff Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
no Dale Jr.
I think Jimmy Johnson was sponsored by Lowe's. So, yeah. Anyway, those games. I do love sports games, but it's just like these yearly sports games or whatever. Who cares? There's only a couple that are worth talking about. And that's like...
you gotta be thorough.
If I had Madden 05, I would talk about that, because Madden 05 is like the best Madden game in the series. Tell me in the comments if you don't think Madden 05 is the best game in the series. The baseball one, 2004. Can't remember if it was Triple Play Baseball, but I think it was Triple Play Baseball 2004. That was really good.
Who was in that cover? Like
Albert
Xavier Ortiz?
Pujols, I think.
Oh, Pujols, that makes sense.
I always see you guys talking about baseball, and I have no clue about any of it whatsoever.
I grew up like I didn't play games other than like sports games and like whatever my parents got me until like most of the way through high school, and then I finally played FF7, and I'm like, oh, RPG, me alike.
Mhm.
Then I went deep down that hole.
Me like.
Yeah. But even in college, I played a shit ton of NCAA football. So, but I went to like the most football insane college in the world. So, kind of had to. I don't want to put these over here. I'm gonna put them in the trash can.
You need to put Final Fantasy X-2 in the trash can.
I refuse. I'll put Kingdom Hearts 2 in the trash can.
Oh, wait. Don't you dare.
This one's going in the trash.
I mean, there's no disc even in there anyway.
I was like, well, how do we offend everyone here? Okay, well, that's all I know to say about these games. I think everything that I have that has a disc in it has been covered. I have the Jam Pack 2003 demo disc for summer 2003 for PlayStation 2, but it doesn't have a disc, so I don't actually have it. Alright, so next time, part 3, 360, PS3, Wii games. That's it. Bye!
Bye.